What's up, guys? It's EAFC here, and in today's video we have a ton to go over. We're going to hit on road to the final investments, some evolution stuff that has impacted the market big time, and selling off all of our investments, which you can see I've done here, and we're back up over 1 million coins. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this. And the first thing I wanted to hit on was the SBC that EA released today, which is the winners SBC here. It gives you a rare Electrum players pack tradable, and we basically knew this SBC was coming and what the requirements were going to be. It requires a Manchester City player, and this was pretty much expected. They released an SBC that was called the final that required an Inter player, and then we knew the next SBC was called the winners, so it was bound to require a Manchester City player. And these cards absolutely skyrocketed. Manchester City players were up like over 4,000 coins here, so if you invested in those, GG, they went from 400 coins to 4,000. I think they're back down right now closer to like the 2K range. I know I sold off one of the women for like 2K here recently, but yeah, those have done really, really well. And that was pretty much the extent of today's content outside of just like SBCs refreshing, which has really, really been good for our coin total this week. I kept reminding you guys, you don't really need to sell our investments, those 84s and those team of the weeks, too early in the week, just because all these like upgrades and stuff they're bringing, this player pick, the 83 times 10, the 84 times 11, it's all set to refresh like every single day. So these cards are just going to keep on creeping up, and you'll be able to sell at content every single day for inflated prices. And that has done really, really well for us here. If I jump over to the transfer list, obviously I didn't go all in because I simply just didn't have the time to buy cards, but we'll hit on this hero in a second here. I talked about him in our last video, but team of the weeks all bought for around 18K, sold for 24, about 6K profit a card on those. And then 84s all bought for 12 to 1300, all sold at 2.1. And you can see we have a Manchester City card there, sell for 2K, and a few other bits and bobs that we need to get rid of still. But investments went super well this week. Just going to cash out and get ready to invest again this weekend. Now, what are some cards that we're looking at right now in terms of investments is going to be road to the final cards. Road to the final UCL, Conference League, and Europa League, I think are all going to do very well here. Live cards in general are just really fun to trade with. So what I want to do is jump over just to the full team on Footbin, just to show you guys some of the cards we're interested in here. So personally, right off the rip, staying away from any of these like 1 million plus coin cards, Lukaku, Nunez, Tony Kroos, Fati, all these cards, don't really care about these. I'm kind of focusing on a lot of these low budget cards. First of all, this Emerson card, he's set to get a +2. They've already been qualified for the round of 16, so this Emerson card's going to go to 88 rated because they get inform upgrades, right? And 86s go to 88s. So I really like Taya, Emerson, Gonzalez. I think these cards can all do well here, so I'm pretty interested in those, and I'll make sure to put a list in the Discord as well. I don't really know how good the PSG women's team is, but the fact that this 86 is 19K, and if she's an 88 after the upgrade, she will absolutely skyrocket. So some of these cards I really like, and live cards in general, you could basically just buy them, and when they go out of packs, they'll probably go up before their games. So I don't really hate any of these, like even Jimenez going into their game, I think could do quite well. Marino, I really like live cards, and again, I'll get a full list in the Discord of cards I think are going to be super good, but most of them are going to be decent buys, especially if you can get them during rewards on Thursday, where they should drop a little bit. So that hits on our investments and whatnot. We talked about team of the weeks, 84s. I'm selling off. Again, team of the weeks, I think could possibly just continue to rise through the weekend, and especially next week with future stars. I think we get a lot of content requiring team of the weeks that causes these to rise back up. I'm personally just selling mine off, getting my coins liquid, and getting ready to invest this weekend. But do as you please. I'm happy with the profit. Now, talking about some evolution stuff that came out, we hit on the hero in the last video, but basically the turn of events was a while ago, we found out there's going to be a hero striker upgrade. So a lot of the hero strikers went up. And then a few days ago, we found out the exact requirements. So we knew what players were going to fit. So then I went and bought this 4-land because I looked at the requirements and I was like, okay, he's a card that's going to fit here. So I got this card for, I think, close to like 40K. Obviously sold him at 50K here because it was his max price range at the time. And typically with Evos, I just like to take profits, sell in the hype, because a lot of times these cards, whenever the Evo drops or whenever price ranges get update, they'll just drop in price. But you can see this 4-land now extinct at 65K. So a lot of people would take it as a loss that I sold him for 50K. I still made 10K on the card. Sold early, obviously, could have made more coins on him, but still happy with the profit. And we saw a lot of this. Brolin was another one of the cards that extinct at 35K here. Price range hasn't been updated. Again, was like 18, 19, 20K. You get this leak and he starts creeping up. And then as soon as we find out that he fits the coming Evo, he goes from 28K to extinct at 35K. So make sure you're clued in on those Evo leaks. I post them in the Discord as well whenever we get cards that we can invest in. And another one that's pretty interesting is the road to the knockout cards that got leaked for an Evo, which is obviously out now. But let's go ahead and take a look. If we look at UCL road to the knockout cards is what we want. Let's have a look down here. Champions, road to the knockout, and one of the cards that I know fit the requirements was Serginho Dest here. So if we take a look at him, this is basically around the time when the Evo got leaked. Obviously, he was 24K. He immediately goes up to 32K just like that because we found out basically that there was just going to be an Evo where you can only use these road to the final cards. And obviously now he is extinct at 32.5K. So these Evos are really, really volatile and hard to get in on, but I will post them in the Discord every time I see them right when they come out. And it's 100% worth to get in on these, even if you can just sell like an hour later and get more coins. Evos are probably the best way to make coins in this game. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.